Before we start, if you love smart travel strategies that save you serious money, hit subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone who travels even once a year. Because what you're about to learn could literally change how they book flights forever. If you have airline miles right now, there's a real chance they're quietly losing value every single day. And you don't even know it. Some travelers think they've saved thousands of dollars in flights, when in reality, it might barely cover one trip. By the end of this video, you'll know whether your miles are actually a powerful travel tool or one of the most profitable systems airlines ever created. And later, I'll show you the one strategy frequent flyers use to get incredible value from miles. The one airlines don't advertise because it costs them the most. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Frequent flyer programs were not designed primarily to reward you. They were designed to influence you. In fact, for several major airlines, loyalty programs make more money than flying passengers. During financial downturns, some airlines even used their miles programs as collateral for loans instead of their aircraft. Think about what that means. Planes carry people, routes generate revenue. But the loyalty program, built around your spending habits and behavior, is considered more valuable. And that value comes from you. Here's how the system really works. Airlines sell billions of miles to banks and credit card companies for real cash. The bank then gives those miles to you as rewards when you spend money. The airline gets paid immediately for something you may never use, or will use for far less than what they were paid. It's essentially a private currency where the airline controls the supply, the exchange rate, and the rules. And they can change all three whenever they want. Which brings us to the biggest silent drain on mile value, devaluation. This is when an airline increases the number of miles required for the same flight. A trip that once cost 40,000 miles suddenly costs 60,000, then 80,000. No dramatic announcement, no compensation, no opt-out. Your miles don't disappear. They just quietly buy less. It's inflation, except you can only spend this currency at the company causing it. One viewer emailed me after saving miles for years for a dream Europe trip. When she finally checked prices, the same flight required almost double the points she expected. Years of saving erased overnight. And airlines rely on one key psychological factor. Miles don't feel like real money. You can't see them shrinking. You don't feel the loss the way you would if cash disappeared from your bank account. Now, let's talk about availability, where frustration really begins. The dream is business class to Paris or Tokyo for free. And yes, that's technically possible, but the seats that allow those redemptions are extremely limited and released entirely at the airline's discretion. On popular routes during peak travel seasons, they can be nearly impossible to find. Instead, you'll often see dynamic pricing, where mileage costs skyrocket based on demand. The flights people actually want, holidays, summer travel, school breaks, require dramatically more miles. You're rewarded for flexibility most adults simply don't have. Then there's status: silver, gold, platinum, diamond. Status can be genuinely valuable if you travel constantly. But for everyone else, it functions more like a treadmill. Airlines regularly raise the requirements to maintain status. You have to spend more or fly more just to stay where you already are. And when life changes, job shifts, family responsibilities, relocation, you can fall off quickly. Suddenly, the upgrades disappear, the perks vanish, and the program makes it feel like you failed. Not that the rules changed. That feeling is intentional. Now, here's the part most casual travelers never discover, and the payoff I mentioned earlier. Miles can still deliver incredible value, but almost never in the way programs advertise. The sweet spot is partner redemptions. Most airline programs belong to alliances that allow you to book flights on partner carriers using your miles. Sometimes these redemptions cost dramatically fewer points than booking the same flight through your own airline. This is how experienced travelers fly long-haul business class for a fraction of the cash price. But it requires research, flexibility, and knowing where to look. Airlines don't make this easy because high-value redemptions are expensive for them. Complexity filters out most users. If you want step-by-step strategies for finding those flights, including the exact tools and programs that still work, I've put together a complete system linked below that shows how to turn points into premium travel without getting trapped. Because without that knowledge, most people redeem miles for terrible value. Gift cards, merchandise, or routine flights they didn't really need. These options exist to drain your balance cheaply. Underlying all of this is a powerful psychological force called the sunk cost fallacy. Once you accumulate a large stash of miles, switching airlines feels like throwing something away. So you keep choosing the same airline, the same credit card, the same ecosystem, even when it's not the best option. You become loyal not because the product is superior, but because leaving feels expensive. So, what should you actually do? Don't ignore miles entirely. Just stop building your travel decisions around them. Don't take inconvenient routes just to earn more points. Don't choose flights based purely on mileage. Don't hold miles for years hoping they'll become more valuable. Instead, treat miles as a bonus from travel you were already going to do. Use them for genuinely high-value redemptions, especially long-haul premium cabins, where cash prices are painful and availability exists. For routine travel, cashback rewards or flexible points often outperform airline miles once you factor in fees and devaluations. And most importantly, have a plan. Miles sitting unused are almost guaranteed to lose value over time. The real power isn't in collecting miles, it's in using them strategically before the rules change again. If you want to travel more without falling into loyalty traps, check out the guide below where I break down exactly which cards, programs, and strategies deliver real value today. Because once you understand how these systems are designed, you stop playing by emotional rules and start making decisions that benefit you. Miles aren't evil, they're just tools. But the moment you start structuring your spending and travel around maximizing them, you're no longer using the system is using you. If this opened your eyes, hit subscribe, like the video, and share it with someone who's been saving miles for years. It might save them thousands. And remember, the smartest travelers don't chase points. They chase freedom.